So more questions coming out here. Great question here about open or closed club face. This is an interesting one and we could go on for hours with this one. Let's get stuck in. So Michael is asking, hello Mark, can you explain open and closed face drivers? How do setup positions change? Do you still square the face to the target? Are the body lines still parallel? Grip stronger or weaker? Hand position? I just bought a 3-wood that is 1 degree open. Should I now change my 9-10 to slightly open position? Regards, Mike. Well, interesting question. And it's very hard to answer this question definitively for you without seeing what you're doing. Give you an example. If you use something like a Titleist, say 9-10, what I love about this club is it changes the lie to make the ball go more left and right. It doesn't particularly open the face and close the face, even though this face will default to not square. I think it's ½ degree open. But they're such small numbers that if you can feel them, then you're pretty impressive with your numbers and with your ability. So I would say you're reading into that slightly too much. Where it becomes a bigger issue is if you've got big offset clubs that can look massively closed. I get lots of people coming and they have a big closed face in an offset driver which points, say, almost 4 degrees left, and then they start pushing the shaft forwards to try and take that off, which then de-lofts it. And because these numbers are only truly measured in 3 dimensions, so you've got face, path and face to path, but then you've also got attack angle as well, which will have to, the different attack angles change the direction you have to swing the club, which then will have to make you change the face. They're so complex that you'll find the best players in the world are simply not thinking about it in these ways. They're just simply not thinking about it to this degree. If you should change your driver to the same specs, well, that's an interesting question. And again, I would go and get fitted and see what you're doing with your driver to fit in. So should you change anything? No, not really. If that face is 1 degree open, I think you're really not going to notice the difference enough for you to make the changes. And as simply as you make the changes, it's going to affect the fact that's 1 degree open. So for me, it's about trusting the equipment the manufacturers put out in the market, and there are certain manufacturers, in my opinion, that put out very good equipment for us to trust, and then knowing your numbers. For me, hitting this Titleist, if this is sitting ½ degree open, I'm not changing anything. ½ degree is so barely measurable, bearing in mind I've got to get face to path, angle of attack angles, all working in sync with each other in relationship to that number. And then I've got to strike it out the middle of the face for those numbers to have any sense as well. Do you see what I mean? You could go on ever if you're looking at that finer detail. So in answer to the question, if I've answered it, sometimes I wonder if I've even answered these questions for you. You have to let me know. Can I explain open and closed faces? Well, they're there to help with loft. And they're also there, you've got to remember, a driver's got roll and bolt, so which part is open and which part is closed, depending on which part you measure it on. See what I mean? There's so many permutations in here. As long as you haven't got a driver that's hideously offset that you're fighting, and if you have, then go and get fit and talk to someone who can help you with some drivers, some more neutral numbers. Then just hit your normal swing with these clubs and see what numbers it produces. And then if you want to tweak the club around that, go and get some professional advice. Should you be changing to these? No. Should you be changing your feet position? No. Hit your normal shots and use the clubs within your game would be my advice from a question without seeing you. Hope that kind of helps. Thanks for sending. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.